Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel with this Speno version of trying out these Oktoberfest beers. The first time I've ever done anything like this, and I have purposely, I know that all my favourite beer reviewers, and I've even spoke to one or two, are going to be reviewing every single one of these beers. So I apologise if any of them are watching, because a couple of them do watch, help support me a little bit. Apology if I've not watched and liked and commented like I always do. It's just I don't want to watch your videos, and I want to get, and I don't want to comment on the video saying, oh, I'm doing a review myself, you know, that's the wrong thing to do. So basically, I want to just do these reviews on my own, taste them for what they are without being influenced or any placebos, because if someone has this particular beer which I've got today and says it tastes this way or smells that way, straight away it's stuck in my head, and I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. I had to chuckle at myself because I came down the cabin, down the Spencer Arms, and I said, "Oh crike, I've got to put my outfit on." And Janie says, "Yes, you have," or whatever, and she moaned a little bit about I handled my hair correctly. So yeah, I don't know, daft as a brush, I don't know, whatever, who cares? But so this is Hacker, is it PSCHORR? PSCHORR? No good asking me how to pronounce any of this. Oktoberfest Marzen. Until I get this out into the glass, I don't know really what it is. You know, is it going to be, what's it going to be? There's no, there's nothing that tells me what this is going to be. It's coming in at 5.8%, but all I know is I'm really enjoying doing this. So even if I get 2 viewers say, hey, good effort, Speno, that's all that worries me. And then you can go to the proper beer reviewers and get some proper, I love this bottle. Look at this. The last time I think I've seen one of these, I hope this ain't going to explode everywhere. Whoa! Is Grolsch, I think, and then they even stopped doing them for a bit. But what a lovely bottle cap. Let's get this into a glass. I keep changing glasses. I'm worried. I keep worrying because I've cleaned most of my glasses that I'm using. So I'm having to use different glasses. I can't be doing with cleaning them every single day. Right, so let's get this into the glass. And you never know how these beers are going to pour until you start sort of chucking them in. And then just as you think, yeah, I've got that under control, up rises the carbonation and up comes like a great big head. And I am getting actually used now to pouring these and allowing them to form this huge, huge foamy head. It seems a little bit darker in here. I'm just going to try. Oh, I can't turn lights up because it's on my phone. But anyway, yeah, from my perspective point of view, it is looking a little bit darker in here. But that I can smell that already. And I always say to myself, if you can smell a beer before you even put your nose to it, that's a good one. That is a lovely, darkish, isn't it? It's like a ambery, copper type, very like copper type looking. And these beers seem to be, unless like you start cracking open the wheat beers, I'm loving the fact that these are quite multi-based, and that's looking like we're going to have another multi-based, and it smells, wow, that's really strange because I really smell that in the air. So I've not got a clue what's in this. I have no idea. There's a lady, there's one of me on the horsebacks there. Look, there I am. Are they called wenches? I don't want to offend anybody. But yeah, I think I've just read that somewhere. What I really need to do, I really need to sit down and read all about Oktoberfest. I do know what it's about. It's about beer and about having fun and laughter and chinking glasses and just like letting go of the world for a bit and just enjoying it for what it is and being great. Janie's allowed me to come down here every single night to do this. Allowed me. Trust me, she's allowed me. So there's not a lot going on in the nose for me at the minute. I am actually starving. I'm not had anything to eat. I didn't want anything to influence my taste buds on this. Yeah, well, a very subtle, again, it's that sort of bready malts, that sort of paley malts, but there is some darkness in all of these beers. Anyway, it smells quite fresh, quite nice. I'm going to dive into this. I am actually looking forward to this. 5.8. Did I say 5.9? 5.8. Prost, everybody. I'm not going to hit this as a cheers because it might break this very delicate glass. I'm sorry. Ooh. Sorry, it takes me a moment or so. And I have to end up heavily editing my videos because I frigging waffle on. But, ooh. Oh, it takes me a while. It takes me a while before I start really thinking about what's going on in these beers. They all look nice. I think the reason we swirl them around a lot because they all look nice in the glass. Look so nice. They're all looking caramelly and toffee and sweet and... I find the flavours are very subtle. It's very refreshing, that is. This was on the last one, it's just sat there. That was, compared to the Polana one, the first one I did, and this one, yeah, this is just being pushed down, I think, to third place at the minute. Because that was okay, it was good. And it was nice, and it did lead itself to some decent flavours in the end, which I have to really hunt for. I love having my beer in a smaller glass than what the beer, what it gives. Lots of rising bubbles there, keeping that snowy, foamy head. It's a lovely, snowy, foamy head. Do you know what? Considering they're only allowed to use 4 ingredients, one of them being water, which we obviously know is one of the most important ingredients really in beer. The water can kill or liven a bit. It makes the beer, it is what it is. You know, you can't just go and brew beer out and get your water out of the tap. It's got to be of a certain, what's the word? It's got to have that certain chemistry about it. So yeah, I know there's some brewers that actually strip back the water to basically a 0, and then they add what they want to add in it to make it what they want to make it to get the beer. So like, I think the yeast and the malts, the water and the hops that they are using in these beers, they're not very hoppy forward at all. Not very, there's not a lot. I do look silly when I do this, but my nose is crap, really. It's good if there's some very in-your-face smells there, aromas there. But if there ain't, it's quite well carbonated, it's making me belch a bit. This is like a hunting beer. To be honest with you, I can't knock any of these beers. I'm not giving them a score out of 10. I'm just talking to you about them as I see them, and as I smell them, and as I taste them. This probably is going down quite nice. I think this one at the minute would be one I think I would go again with. So if I was at the beer festival, the top just swung in the way there. If I was at the beer festival at Oktoberfest, I think I'll be going back to this one because at 5.8% ABV, this is probably a bit more sensible beer for me. It's very refreshing. It's got hardly any bitterness to it, really, although it's there right at the top of your palate. So I find that like bitterness comes in different places in your mouth depending on what the bitterness is, if you understand what I mean. Sometimes you get it on the back of your tongue, sometimes you get it on the tip of your tongue. This one's giving it sort of like at the roof of my mouth. Your mouth is obviously full of different senses in there. It really is like, it seems to be like, you know, let's use them nice bready malts, because there's definitely, with these beers, there's definitely a pattern. There's definitely a mixture of pale malts and dark malts going on in these, because you get that real refreshing, light, crisp taste, but then there's just something in there that you're hunting for, and you want to know what it is. And and I think the only way to find it is to warm it up, to bring out the different. I think these are very cleverly brewed. Oh, it's getting a habit, isn't it? A habit, swirling it around. So I'm going to have a sip of this, let it crash back down. Crashes back down, rises up, head. Right the way down to the bottom. Every one of these beers that I've had has maintained its head. Okay, you could argue that I drink it quite quickly. However, I still think that in order to give these beers the best chance they've got, you've got to put them in the cleanest glass you can. Because otherwise, you know, all the bits and bobs on the side of the glass will absorb that carbonation, that CO2, and they'll just like eat it up, and then the beer will just go flat. So the head is just staying there, like it's just sitting there nicely, and it's just staying there. Now this beer, I honestly, so once I've done this, I will, and uploaded it, I will go and check out other reviews. So I get the feeling this is just one of those beers where I cannot really tell you where the flavours are, what it is, what's going on, because it's so gelled together that I cannot pick anything really singly out of it. The one that I found the easiest was the first one, the Polana one. I've got one in here, I'll show you. The reason I've got another one of these is because it's lovely. This is great. So this here, the first one I did, literally, so I don't mean to turn my back to you. No, it's quite a nice back with this outfit. We've got a little red dress on as well. That was literally dancing around, lovely malt taste. It had lots of flavours, nice aromas. It was good. This probably, God, I don't know. I'm like, oh God. I think this is a better one than this. I do, but I could pick out more of the flavours in there. I could pick out quite a lot that's going on in that, even though it was subtle. I could smell like the burnt toast in that. I could smell the alcohol in that. That was very alcoholic, if you know what I mean. That was it a 5.9? That was a 5.9, so 5.8. This does not taste like, this almost tastes like a 4% beer, whereas that one did taste like its strength. So for that, it's like, oh dear. This one's got a much more fancier bottle, but you know, I'm not being funny, you know, take me to a decent UK holiday in a Ferrari or in a bashed up VW Beetle, doesn't make the holiday any better, does it? So at the end of the day, you can have your nice fancy bottle, which I really do like, but if it doesn't make the beer any better, it, you know, yeah, it makes a nice pop. But yeah, this is really weird. I would say this has got more flavour than this, and this is today's beer talk. However, I wouldn't have that for picking out the different flavours, because this is one that I think I don't need to really warm that up, because I'm quite satisfied with the fact that that's nice and cold. It's nice and refreshing. There is some malty taste in there. There is some aromas. There is some sweetness. But when I say sweetness, there's nothing worse than a sweet beer. What I mean is like a malt sweetness, a natural sweetness. Look, I've been chatting. Speno waffle, head still there. Look, it ain't gone. There's plenty of life in that beer still. So right, so that's warmed up for a couple of minutes while I've been waffling on. And I'll let you fast forward this. I'm not going to edit this because I want you to really understand that I am leaving this alone, and it is holding its head retention, and it is looking lively still. And I am trying to warm it up. And I am trying to find the flavours in this, and it may take me 20 minutes to sort this out. But at the end of the day, if I can find some flavours in this that you appeal to, and then that's good. And also as well, if I can give this beer the best chance by saying that I've been sat here talking and waffling for ages, and that foam's just sitting on top there doing nothing. It's not falling away. It's not doing anything. It's just enjoying itself. Look, it's waiting for me to drink it. These beers, right? Do you know what? Right, I'm just thinking about this. I watched a video at the Paulana website where they did a beer tasting sort of lesson with the head brewers there. It doesn't lend itself to. I think they've done the Paulana Octoberfest beer, and they did the wheat beer as well, which is absolutely gorgeous. I've got one of them in there as well. It's absolutely gorgeous, but that's not part of the festival, I don't think. And they mentioned about the temperatures of the beer, and they said when they actually do the tasting of the beer as it's ready, and they taste it at like 12 degrees, which is way too warm for it, but that's where they can get all the flavours that are in there. So I reckon Oktoberfest beers need to be ice cold, because you know why? Because you're going to be taking that beer out, you're going to be in the sunshine or in the warm or whatever, you're going to drink it ice cold, beautiful. You're going to chat to your friends, you're going to have a great time, you're going to do all this, you're going to be holding it, well, okay, in the stein, the idea is you hold it and the stein is there, thick walls to keep it cold, but it's still going to warm up, it's still going to a bit. And then when you get to the end of the beer, you've gone through a start to finish of flavours. You've gone through not really getting all the malts. You're getting more of the hoppiness. This wasn't very hoppy at all. Then as it warms up, you start, oh, some of them malts coming through, some of them bready taste, them toasty taste, the caramel, toffee, whatever comes from the malts. By the time you get to that little bit at the end, you're getting the full malts. This, for me, is the one I'd go back to, because it's a little bit less in ABV and it's also mysterious. It's like I want to have 2 or 3 of these to find out really what flavours are in there, because they are in there you just need to learn them. Anyway, right, thanks for watching. Sometimes I seem really serious and I'm really sorry, and I'm really sorry you've had to put up with me wearing this, but I've started something now, so I'm stuffed in it. It's like I can't come down here in my Gym King comfy top. Anybody that's really interested in watching this video, if you're actually interested in waiting for my next review, which will come tomorrow, then like you're gonna say like, you better come down in his fucking outfit, because if you don't, I'm gonna be pissed off with him. Anyway, just laugh at me, have a laugh or whatever, and then go over to the proper beer reviewers and find out exactly what these beers are all about. So okay, take care everybody. I'm going back up the house now to have a cheese and onion sandwich, a packet of crisp. I didn't really want any of that before I started because it's going to knacker up my taste buds. Sorry this video's took so long. I'm actually going to put this out there unedited, but I bet you I do. But no, I don't want to. So yeah, anyway, take care everybody. Thank you for watching. Thanks for all the new subscribers. I really, honestly, really appreciate it. We're a small channel building slowly, and we're there to support everybody else. And yeah, just thank you for bearing with me. And yeah, and just tell your friends what an idiot I am, and go and watch that idiot on the Spencer Arms YouTube channel. Take care, everybody. Enjoy Oktoberfest.